Hello, today I received my new, let's call it Gameboy Chromatic, bundled with Tetris, and I wanted to give a short overview about the device. It comes in a plastic wrapped cardboard, and it's quite nice with all this art here. As we see here, it says bundled with Chromatic Tetris. It's the first edition, and the cardboard can be opened like this. And then we have here some kind of instructions, perhaps, or overview of the device. Not actually instruction, but it just shows an artwork of the device and some calculation, and the instructions can probably be opened by scanning this QR code. I bought the Chromatic here in gray, and this is how it comes. The device itself is not additionally covered by anything. It comes like here, and then you can take it out here quite easily. Then it looks like this, and below this plastic here, there's a game cartridge, and these three alkaline AA batteries, they are wrapped in plastic. I already removed this, and these three batteries can be inserted in the back of the device. I was a bit worried if the battery door is also out of metal, but I can confirm that it is also metal. That's very good. The device feels very cold when it came here because it's outside cold, but after a while now, at room temperature, it feels very good and very sturdy. And I will now insert the batteries. Here we see now the devices, analog pocket and Chromatic in comparison. We see the size difference. This is more compact, more handy to use. Also the edges are more rounded, here are more edgy. So this is not as comfortable to hold. Overall this looks much more professional, let's say, and this, I don't know, with the plastic, and with a very flat plastic here, is not as professional as this one. With a magnesium shell, that's absolute professionalism, like very high-end devices from Sony from 20 years ago or something. So the quality is quite impressive. Also the battery door is out of metal, so the build quality I think is very high. The screen, you can see the individual pixels. That's intended, of course, because the original had this kind of layout. But it gets getting used to it for a few minutes, but if you are then in the game, very soon you don't notice it too much anymore, and you can very well play with it. We have here the volume wheel, very handy, because you can very intuitively adjust the volume. Then we have this push button to access the system menu. This is actually the only weak point, I would say, because you have to press it with a fingernail in a way, or perhaps with a thumb also, but it's not so pleasant, let's say, to press. But of course it works. It's okay. I mean, perhaps it's good, but it's not perfect, let's say. Here's a menu. We see, you can adjust the brightness. At the moment here it's on very low brightness, and if we press A, we can increase the brightness or decrease it. There's a silent mode to probably disable the speaker. Frame blend, by default it's off. I actually don't know what it does. 3, 2, 1. Use color correction. I also didn't see too much of a color change here, so I keep it at the default. Here an overview about the buttons. Then the firmware version and the player number. I think that's useful if you stream the screen to the computer, whichever test later. To remove it, you have to press on the right again, the menu. Or press B. Let's see what I have to press. Yeah, on the right. It's a bit hard to press, I have to say, but it's okay. So this is a new Tetris game. Yeah, we could select a player, and then, for example, marathon. Quite interestingly, we can select here some options, and we have different modes. The default is modern, and then we see if we enable retro or choose retro mode, a lot of the options get disabled here. The screen actually is sapphire. It's also written here, I think. I wouldn't have needed to write it here, but from a normal distance you barely can see it, so it's okay. And besides modern and retro, you can select also your own options, and then the mode change to custom here. So that's quite interesting. So everything can be customized here. And yeah, let's start it. Now I'm with one hand, so I will not play it too well, let's say. But it plays very normal, let's say. You can increase it. So I think that's not the default mode, because by default we see a shadow of the piece that falls down here. So that's this custom mode here, I think. Also here's the hold mode. I have to learn how to enable that or what it means. Yes, that's the overview of the device. The power button is harder to use than on the original Game Boy, but it works quite well, no problem. This kind of infrared window, plexiglass, is a bit, let's say, scratched on the edge. It's not visible probably in the video here, but it was not very clean on the edge here. I think it doesn't compromise the functionality, but it was the only piece that was not, yeah, let's say, perfectly clean or new from when I pulled the device out. The rest is very fine. I didn't see any problem. Also, this, because it's a black plastic piece, I don't mind some micro scratches there. Yes, so that is the device. I'm actually quite happy. I have a lot of Game Boys and yeah, these cheap devices, etc. But this is actually very good, very comfortable to hold. Yeah, so I can recommend it. And I will try out the video transfer if it works, we will see it also in this video. Okay, now I tried to connect the Chromatic to the Mac Studio over USB-C, and actually no camera is detected. I looked at photo booth and the system settings, and nothing is to be seen about the camera. So yeah, let me check. There's a system report. I will open it now. And then there is, yeah, here's this camera. And if I connect the USB-C cable, let's say here, from the front to the device, yeah, actually nothing happens. And the photo booth app says no camera available. If I do the same on Windows, which I have also connected and logged in over remote, we see here the Chromatic is immediately recognized. On the device itself, nothing happens, let's say. And let's see if there's a camera recording app under Windows, I'm not sure. Camera, yeah, okay. Okay, very interesting. We see already the screen. Kind of reversed. I mean, yeah, vertically mirrored. And let's see if I continue here. Yeah, we see that everything goes from bottom to top instead of from top to bottom. So that has to be figured out. I will make a recording here. Let's see. Perhaps there's also a setting under Windows. Here's some settings. Framework, show advanced. Video setting. 144p, 60 FPS. I guess that's quite good. So I will later check how to insert this video here, and let's see. Yeah, if you got some hints here, you probably could post a comment. Okay, interesting. No access to the microphone. So probably then I don't have sound on the video. So here's the actual screen. And then we can compare later the video quality. So I copied over the video from Windows with the remote desktop app. I think just Ctrl+C and then Ctrl+V on Mac works. And we see here the name of the recording. File size is quite small. And if we open the video, also the video resolution is of course very small. And we can see here the video. And also here it's kind of mirrored. So I will check if I can combine the videos and also reverse the orientation here.